Now I'm going to show the concept of creating a multiple page magazine or folio. So let's say I've called this slideshow. Let's say it's one of my 10 pages. Now I'm going to create a cover. So I do new document, and I want to make this exactly like my other same size. So I'm going to stick with digital publishing. It's going to be vertical, and I'm only going to have one page in this document because it's a cover. And I think that's about it, but we want it to be the same. So there's our cover, and now I'm going to get some cover art for it, and then we are going to program some buttons to go to those other articles, those other files in my folio. So now I've got my puppy placed on my cover, and I'm going to do a save as and call this cover. Okay. And the reason why I got one that had a lot of white space is because then you can make these buttons look pretty obvious. So, all right, so now I've got some type in here called slideshow, and I can actually convert that into a button, okay? But the problem with that is then when I'm clicking it with my finger, if I don't hit it perfectly, it might not go there. So what I'm going to do there instead is just take the rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw over that with a blank. There's no outline, there's no internal part of it. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to convert that to a button. So then I can click my finger anywhere there. So again, I come back to interactive, convert to button, and it's converted that overlay into a button. Okay, so now I am going to, in order to test this and show you how it actually works, and to kind of create these buttons, let's say you had 3 or 4 buttons on this page, you have to create a folio. And yesterday I was talking about the holder of all these, your article pages. And notice, you know, if you were doing a whole 8-page document, then you would have each of these is different pages, and some, you know, are deeper than others, but each article or starting page in your magazine has to be in a different file. So let's say I have 10 different files here. So I'm going to start with the cover, and actually I'm going to start with the cover. And so I'm going to go to my folio builder right here, and I'm going to click this, and I've got a ton of folios in here, but down at the bottom you can click on create new folio. Might even be up here. Yeah, new folio. Okay, and I'm going to call this my magazine. Okay, and I'm just going to click on the orientation vertical. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We can add a cover preview. You would do a screenshot and make a little tiny JPEG of your cover preview. That's the preview that we'll see when we test it on the actual iPad. So I'm going to hit OK, even though I'm not going to make that yet because I'm lazy. So, but what I would do is take a screenshot of my cover here, or export a really small version and then put it in there. All right, so then I'm going to hit OK. Okay, now that I've got a folio, you'll notice here that I can navigate inside and out of my folio. So here's my folio here at the top. I can't really make this any wider, but this is mine, and I'm going to click inside of it. So there's nothing in my magazine yet, and now I'm putting articles in it. So it says right here, click the add article icon, and I'm going to add them either by navigating to them, or I'm just going to add the open InDesign document. So I'm going to add that in there, and I'm going to call that cover, and leave everything else like that. And you can also, I'll show you here in a second. Well, it's going to take a second. I'm going to pause this just so we're not waiting. Oh, there we go. And we can also go in here and we can go in here and look at where's properties, article properties, and I can put a title on that, and that's for nav. This is stuff that shows up in the InDesign in the iPad document. So this is teasers for your magazine as you set it up in the Folio builder. So I'm not going to put those in right now, but that's important. And look, it makes its own preview of that page, so that's good. But it doesn't have one for the entire product. This is just for the cover page. So we'll hit OK there. And now we'll go back here down to the bottom, and we'll add another article, and that's going to be my slideshow page, which is called slideshow. And so I'm going to add that, add open InDesign document. And again, I have to be very specific about this because this ties into my navigation of these buttons that we're making. Slideshow, okay? And so we're not using file names, we're using the Folio name. So it's slideshow, and it's going to add that. Okay. And again, so now this is, I have to know, in order to program this button, I need to know what these Folio names are going to be. So I knew it was slideshow. So slideshow, and you'll see here I programmed this button, buttons and forms. Okay, the name of the button is to slideshow, but you'll see here's nav2 : / slide space show, and that is the name of that folio. So that's going to go to that folio when we test it. Okay, so that button's already programmed and it's saved in the folio. So now I'm going to go back out here by clicking this button, and I back out to my folio, to my magazine folio. Oops, let me go back out to it, and now I'm going to preview that entire thing. So preview on desktop, and I have the appropriate plugins there, and now you are going to see my magazine as if I saw it on the iPad, and I click on it and it goes to that page, and then that page can work. Okay, now what I don't have is something to go back. Oops. So this is where navigation comes in. Well, actually I can get back because I can just slide backwards through the magazine, right? We don't need to necessarily go back to a home page every time. We can just navigate through it with our hands. But this is how you could create, I can go back. Okay, so this is page 8, let's say, but I can go here and program my other teasers. So instead of having page numbers per se, our cover can actually serve as a table of contents in a lot of ways, because the purpose of a table of contents is to get you to articles, and we've already taken care of that with our cover in this case. So that's how you jump, if you are doing a digital magazine, that's how you jump from a navigation page or a cover or a table of contents to other pages in the document or in your folio. I have to use the proper terminology because we are building a folio here.